I think that the way that business has been done, this is a good time to educate yourself, to evolve, in whatever way you can to make yourself relevant.
Welcome to the Coffee Chat podcast. We are so excited that you're tuning in. My name is Aaron, and I'm going to be your host today. And this is a podcast for anybody who wants to listen to a story of a local business, a local leader that you can learn from. And today we have somebody who loves bringing the community together. He is the founder of Phoenix Knows and Cultivo. We're going to learn a little bit about that in a bit. So today I want to welcome Jorge Mejia. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Thank you.
Awesome,
Thank you
man.
for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being on the show. First off, what is your go-to drink? What do you like to drink? What keeps you up?
Coffee.
Coffee?
Absolutely coffee.
Yeah, what kind of coffee?
Well, I'm a big latte person.
Yeah.
And definitely support local.
Nice.
So it's always one of the things that, making sure that it's always local.
Yeah,
local
for
coffee.
sure, man. That's super important.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, man. Who is Jorge Mejia for those who don't know you?
Loaded question. Well, a little bit about me. I'm a regular guy. I work in corporate. I've been working in corporate for years. And, I started doing what I do now about a year ago. So surprisingly, it just kind of seems like the representation was needed. It just happened to be at the right time. And, people have noticed, people have really welcomed me and I'm getting the attention.
Yeah.
The hype is there. So
For sure.
I think it's really cool.
What is it? What did you start? What are you doing now?
What I'm doing now is basically I started Phoenix Knows. Phoenix Knows is a foodie page. I started as a foodie person because I love to eat, clearly. I started to eat and going out to restaurants and really support these people. And I've been doing that for years, But now I'm like, okay, well, we need more representation. We need more Latinos out there. So I started the foodie page, and I started really contacting, like going out to restaurants, coming to your spot.
Yeah.
And really just getting out there and supporting these restaurants that don't normally get the spotlight or
attention,
the hype, that they need. Because I think, it's great stuff that Latinos are doing, especially locally. So
that's so awesome, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, of course.
That means a lot for our community. I'm sure everybody appreciates you. But recently you started something else called Cultivo. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, Cultivo is basically, it means culture and it means to cultivate. So I took the concept of really, when I saw the need of people that weren't really, they needed a platform to like, especially small businesses, small businesses, they needed a place to go and vend, or again, to get that hype, get that showcase, get that. So that's what I started doing, So I looked for a spot. I planned the event in March, and that's when I started doing it.
This March?
Yeah.
Wow.
March,
So
before
this is like
COVID.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a week before COVID.
Wow.
Before we got shut down.
That
Because
didn't
COVID was
stop
a
you.
thing already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't. I was a little bit. Nobody knew what it was, so we were like, it's not gonna bother us. It's not on the East Coast.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do it. So I planned it, and it was 24 vendors at the time, and it was like it's all local vendors that were there, and it worked out. Everybody. It wasn't as like anything new. It wasn't like as successful as I would have liked it to be, but it was still a really cool event that really got people excited about something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool, man. What are some of the people that go? Like, what kind of food that have gone on some of the vendors?
Well, most of the vendors that I really work with is Latinx vendors.
Okay.
They're Latinos, they're Mexican, they're from different parts of the city, but they have their roots from Latin America.
Yeah.
They're all Latinos. So it's a lot of that. I really, and I also wanted to create a space for food. Because food doesn't normally get a chance to showcase, themselves. So you have these taqueros that are everywhere. You have these like people that are just looking for somewhere to go and somewhere to grow their business. So that's what I give them an opportunity to do.
Cool.
That.
Do you have like a certain place that you guys meet up, or are you guys popping up different places?
Yeah. So the concept that I wanted to do is basically not only create like representation for us, but I also wanted to uh, go everywhere. Go to every community. I feel like we still have a long ways to go to be a sustainable community. So that's where my idea was to just do a pop up at different locations. So I did start in Phoenix. We started at Roosevelt, 60th Street in Roosevelt at Tradiciones. We
Okay.
started there, and it just grew from there. And now we have grown the location. Last time I had 64 vendors.
Wow.
Yeah, so we went out to
Congrats.
Tolleson, and Tolleson really welcomed us, and it was packed.
That's awesome.
And I try to keep, it with CDC guidelines. I'm pretty
Yes.
sure more people would show up if we didn't have that, but
Yeah.
it was a really better, bigger,
That's
successful
so
event.
good.
Yeah.
I love how you're bringing the community together, and
Thank you.
that's super important for us, especially the Latinx community.
Yeah.
What does the Latinx community mean to you?
Um,
How do you see them?
How do I see them? Again, I think that we need a little bit more representation of it. I think everybody. That's what I was thinking the other day. Is like, if it wasn't for social media, we wouldn't really connect with each other to a point where we see a meme, and then the meme is like, oh, I get it, because my abuelita used to say that, or my mom used to say that. So
Right.
now it's like we created this sort of online community with Latinx, because we're all really have like the same
Yeah.
like traditions and growing up with the same
Yeah.
sort of things, and I think that's really cool. So that's why it's important for me, because we're all the same. We just need to like really represent us a little bit
and
more
keep those traditions going.
keep those
It's
traditions
so
going.
important. Like
Yeah.
it's like my grandma's always saying, like, oh, like if you're barely speaking Spanish, imagine your kids. Like you're gonna lose all those things. Like don't lose it, and that's so crucial for like our generation to keep those traditions.
Yeah.
Just the culture, like the sayings, whatever it is, just keep it alive.
Yeah.
So that's so good that what you're doing. What's an example of a business that you've seen that has really been benefited from Cultivo?
I think everybody that comes through really benefits. What I like about the community is that it's a collective mercado.
Mhm.
Like it is called a mercado. I call it a mercado because it's a collective of people, business owners, and they're really creating their own brand.
Yeah.
And what I like about it is that everybody that comes through the event, whether it's for them or not, they learn something, or they see find a mentor, and the mentor is like sharing something with them.
So good.
So they all grow. We all grow together. I learn stuff from them. And what I like about it is it's a collective effort. So we all grow. I feel like we all learn something from it every event.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about it.
That's so good. And
Yeah.
you said you started this couple of weeks, a week before the pandemic.
Yeah.
What has been one of the biggest challenges of facing this pandemic itself? I mean, even having a restaurant already open before, it's hard, but I can't
Yeah.
imagine starting something in the middle of it.
And I know, and a week before,
Yeah.
like we got shut down. It was pretty scary for everybody. I think, and just having that, just finding a way to really get people out there. I think having sort of like a plan, really strategize. What it worked was that I strategized in order to reopen.
Okay.
So I didn't open 2 months after in May, with the strategy, with the plan. I had like my temperature
Yeah.
thing. I had signs everywhere. And I had sanitizers everywhere. So I really made it feel safe for the community
That's
and
good.
for the vendors. And I think that was the most important part to make it successful, because we can't go back to the old way
Yeah.
anymore, unfortunately. So now we need to figure out ways of how we can overcome these obstacles and move forward and have a successful event. And it's
Yeah.
worked, and that's what I really, I'm really blessed to have like the community really support in that way.
Mhm.
Because people come in, they respect the distance, they respect, they all wear masks.
Yeah.
I have extra masks if anybody needs them. But everybody's really respectful, and I really appreciate that about the community.
Yeah, I'm so happy to hear that, man. And I know, like you said, you've been doing this. Is this something you do full time, or you have another job? You
I have a
as well?
full-time job, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been in corporate for about 16 years.
Okay.
So, I just wanted to get back to the community. I wanted to, again, representation.
Yeah.
I really feel that we needed it. We still need more empowerment
Mhm.
within our community.
Yeah.
And hopefully this is a blueprint for the next person that comes around.
For sure.
And they want to just create something. And
Yeah.
we can really work together. I feel like we can really do stuff together to make noise.
Yeah.
Because we're contributors to the economy.
Mm.
We're really doing a lot of stuff that nobody really knows about.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll talk about it.
That's good, man. You say you work at a corporate job and you got this on the side.
Yeah.
But what keeps you going? Like, what do you wake up? What wakes you up in the morning and inspires you every day?
Well, after coffee.
Yeah, for sure.
Really, again, it's just the fact that I want our people to succeed.
Yeah.
I want our people to be, successful, and I want our people to have a sustainable community. I want our people to be a strong community. We can do it together, and that's what my mission is. That's what my really just that's what this is about. This movement.
Yes. Man, that's so good.
Yeah.
And I know starting a business is hard, trying to get your voice out there.
Yeah.
And I love how our community can get together and get together and really fight for each other. And that's the best way to grow. Yeah. Come together as a community. What is your favorite part about the job that you do, about bringing people together?
I've been seeing this a lot. I saw a movie back in the day. I don't know if you ever saw Groove. So it's a movie about rave parties in New York. So basically, the rave scene, like back in the day, that would get together or whatever. And this guy, he was a DJ and puts parties together. So the guy just keeps doing it, and he'll like. So back in the day, they used to like send out like either a flyer or a text, or no, not a page.
Yeah, what's that?
Say, call the number, and then you will get info about where the party's going to be at, and only the ravers would know where it's at. Okay. So at the end of the movie, there's a part where the guy's like, why do you go through so much trouble? You get shut down all the time, because you're like breaking into warehouses and throwing these parties, and like all these DJs come, and they're like, why do you do this? And he's like, I do it because of the nod. So in a way, that's, for me, is a way of bringing positivity to people. And when I stand by the door and I see people leave happy, not thinking about the pandemic, not thinking about their stress at their home or whatever the case may be, they leave with a smile, and they just nod. They're like, this is really cool. Yeah. And that's really one of the biggest reasons why I do it. So I really, it's all about the community.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. It's so important, especially here in Arizona, where we have a lot of Latinx community here, very strong. So best thing we can do is come together. How do you see the future of Cultivo and Phoenix Knows? What are the plans that you have?
So I was able to. I guess it kind of just happened. So I'm doing a first event downtown. Okay. So it's on 301 East Jackson. And that's the address. And that's where, I keep saying 301 East Jackson so that people don't get lost. Yeah. But that's the address. If you put it in the Google Maps, you'll find it. You'll take it right downtown on Jackson Street. It's between Chase Field and Talking Stick Arena. Okay. So it's the old warehouse district. So we're having a first event there. My goal eventually is to be downtown. My goal is to bring the raza downtown. Yeah. We can be anywhere. I feel like we can have a colados downtown.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And that's my goal, is to have that representation, to really showcase and really represent us in a positive way, in a professional way, and so that people really don't have that idea, that negative idea. I don't want people to have that, because I think it's not true.
Sure.
I think you know that your parents are probably hard workers, just like my parents, and that's what I want people to see. And I think people don't know that, but or don't understand it, but I want them to see it. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you've come across a lot of businesses, and you've seen different types of organizations. What would be your advice for a small business right now who's maybe struggling through the pandemic, or maybe they're thinking about starting a business? What would you tell them?
I think evolution is a good concept to keep in mind. I think that the way that business has been done, this is a good time to educate yourself, to evolve, in whatever way you can, to make yourself relevant. in the business, you know, and be persistent in what you're doing, because even though there's bad days, there's going to be more great days.
Yeah, I think that's one of the good and the bad things about maybe our culture, that we have traditions and sometimes we stick to them. And this is the way that we've always done it. We don't want to change. And I think it's times like this that has really waken us up to say, you know what, there's some things that we got to change, innovate, or die, how they say, you know. So it's time to, you know, wake up. What can we do different? How can we bring new customers? How can we grow our organization? So it's important not to just stay there. If your business is doing great, then, you know, keep on doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
But if you're struggling, it's time to, you know, move, right? Stay alive.
Make the move.
Exactly. Keep on staying alive.
Yeah.
For somebody who's listening right now, who's interested in getting involved, maybe want to have their business or maybe just visit, how can they get involved? Do you guys announce? Is it weekly, or how can people get involved?
So mainly, I'm on Instagram, Cultivo Mercado, at Cultivo Mercado on Instagram. So anybody can find information there. There's a website, cultivo.network, that people can go on and get more information as to how to start a business. I have a resource page also on there where people can go on and get more information from you know, there's links to City of Phoenix or whatever county you're in or whatever city you're in, and really get more resources. I mean, I really feel that people don't they want everything like to be handed to them, and that's not the way it is. And especially for us, especially for millennials, I feel like they want everything to be kind of given to them. If you want to start a business, I feel that being an entrepreneur and having that business mentality is important, because the resources are there, and if you have an idea, run with it. Run with it, and you'll find the resources. There's so much on YouTube. You know, I don't know something that's, you know, and I go on YouTube and learn it.
There's so much information out there, and it's so, sometimes I think as business owners, our ego sometimes gets in our way, and we think we already have it all figured out. But it's always important to ask for help. You know, whenever we need it. You know, there's so much resources out there. You know, there's organizations who are ready to help you out. But
there's so much. You know, like, and without knowing, like, and I've been very lucky to have people that I get people's attention for some reason or another. So somebody from the city of Phoenix, he's I think he's like the director of research and development for Phoenix. He reached out and he was providing links to grants that people can utilize, especially for people of color. You know, unfortunately, you know, a lot of the business owners don't meet the criteria, but, you know, the resources are there. The information is there. You just got to, you know, say, hey, you know, can you help me? Or I'm here, or where can I go? Or, you know, even do it yourself. I think the information is there. That's why we have these.
Yep, exactly. There's literally money saved for people like us who need help, waiting for us just to ask. So if you're listening, man, if you need help, ask. Go knock doors, ask people, because I'm sure
you can contact me. I can connect you with people. I mean, and that's what I like to do, is just really help the community, because I feel like we don't have the same opportunities as others, and I'm more than willing to help, more than willing to really educate and really help people, you know, get those resources. So in a way, that's something that I want to get more into the future. You know, just kind of like new business development and you know, incubate and really help the small businesses grow, especially Latinx. You know, we need it.
For sure, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a bridge for the Latinx community. For small local businesses that I know right now they're tough times, but thanks to people like you that are standing up and saying, I'm not going to let that stop, you know, us. A lot of people are staying alive in their business and growing. So thank you so much. And thank you for sharing your story, man. Thank you for sharing your information. If you're listening right now and if you need more, you heard the website, visit him, get educated, ask for help, and get involved with the community. And you're going to find out places that maybe you didn't even know were around. So thank you so much for your time, man. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting me. It's been great. It's been great. I love the shirt. I want to get a shirt.
Thank you, man. They're available if you guys want some. And I have to go check it out. Check out some local businesses. I know Victor has told me, so maybe I'll check out the next one.
Yeah, the 31st is an event that we're doing at Dia de los Muertos celebration.
Awesome.
And it's going to be really cool. Like, I'm incorporating a pinup contest, and they're going to do a like a Catrina contest. So they're all going to be dressed up. We're going to have ofrendas and altares, and it's going to be really fun.
Cool,
so,
man.
Come out, support, and we'll be out there.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. You heard it. There you go. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is the podcast number 23. We have 2 more until this season ends, and then we're going to pick it up again. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and share this to somebody who can need it, who can be very benefited from this. And I appreciate all the love and support, man. We've seen some views that I never could imagine. So I'm happy that people are enjoying, stories like Jorge, that people that are just love the community and want to bring people together. And that's what the Coffee Chat podcast is all about, bringing people and just having a chat over coffee. So thank you so much. Thank you for our awesome team, Victor and Weddle, for all your support. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place. See ya.